If you have galleophobia, the fear of sharks, you might want to skip this one. This video is definitely not for the faint of heart. Why? Because we're about to dive into some of the biggest sea creatures ever seen. From a 20-foot great white shark to Slash, the shark with a bad attitude, here are 15 of the biggest sharks ever recorded. Number 15. Great white shark seen near Hawaii. Seeing a great white shark of any size can put the fear of God in you. After all, you only need to watch the movie Jaws to know what they are capable of. Still, there's something quite exciting about being able to say you've seen the largest ever recorded great white shark in person. That is exactly what some divers got to say. People diving near Oahu, a Hawaiian island, were able to capture photographs of the great white shark that is nicknamed Deep Blue. The 2.5-ton shark is thought to be around 50 years old. It has been tagged by scientists more than 20 years ago after it had been spotted off the coast of Mexico. The divers, Mark Moeller and Kimberly Jeffries, had seen Deep Blue eating a dead sperm whale and were able to swim alongside it while it ate. We're not sure if that's brave or a bit stupid, really. They were also able to capture video of it feasting on the whale, which happened after tiger sharks made the initial whale discovery. As you can imagine, they made a quick departure after spotting the giant great white shark. Number 14. 20-foot tiger shark in Australia. Tiger sharks may not be the largest sharks in the world, but they are certainly some of the most aggressive. They're responsible for an alarming number of attacks, only coming second to the great white shark. So you probably don't have a lot of sympathy for the 19.68-foot tiger shark caught off 7 Mile Beach near Lennox Head on the New South Wales northern coast of Australia. Fishermen caught the shark by boat, and Jeff Brooks posted images of it online. According to Jeff, the shark was purposefully caught under a kill order. Apparently, it had been responsible for a local attack. Most tiger sharks grow up to 13 feet long and 1,400 pounds. Larger females can even weigh up to 2,000 pounds. There have also been cases of people hauling in 24-foot tiger sharks, but very few exceed 20 feet. Perhaps what makes tiger sharks more prone to human attacks than other sharks is that they aren't fussy. They have the widest food spectrum of all sharks. They dine on fish, seals, crustaceans, dolphins, squid, and even birds. However, due to fishing by humans and finning, they are a nearly threatened species. Number 13. 1,300-pound mako shark. It seems that the winning recipe for hauling in that giant catch is chopped mackerel and ground chum, or so fishermen say who caught a 1,323-pound mako shark off the coast of Huntington Beach in 2013. The fishing boat's captain, Matt Potter, owns a store called Mako Matt's Marine, and he and his friends go sport shark fishing many times throughout the year. They were on the final day of a 3-day trip when they spotted the fins of what looked like a mako shark. Then the struggle ensued. The fishermen spent around 2.5 hours bringing in the massive shark on giant hooks. One of the fishermen, Jason Johnston, harness hooked himself to the boat and shark, and Frankie Milanazzo tied the shark to the side of the boat. Scripps Institution of Oceanography Fisheries research biologist Nick Wegner said the shark would likely set a new angling record. He had heard of 1,400 to 1,500-pound mako sharks being harpooned, but not any in this way so close to shore. The men took the shark to a processing plant to weigh it and put it in the freezer. It would be used for research. Number 12. Great white shark in Kangaroo Island. In 1987, shark lovers in Australia were blown away to discover that one of the largest sharks in the world ever recorded was on their own shores. A great white shark was captured near Australia's Kangaroo Island, and it was thought to be at least 23 feet long. In saying that, there have been a lot of arguments around this measurement since that day. A shark expert by the name of J.E. Randall suggested that the shark was between 19 and 21 feet long, but I.K. Ferguson said it was between 17 and 19 feet long. So what was it? A team of scientists decided to get to the bottom of it. They reviewed the case information relating to the find and conducted a morphometric analysis of the shark remains and photographic evidence. Their goal was to validate the original measurements. What they found was reasonably consistent with that first record. In all likelihood, the Kangaroo Island great white shark really was 23 feet long, which wouldn't be surprising. It's a well-known fact that great white sharks live around Australia and New Zealand. They will seek out the warmer waters depending on what time of the year it is. Number 11. Monster great white shark. One of the biggest sharks in the world ever recorded was a 20-foot, 8-inch great white shark captured by Vic Hislop in 1987. If you're a shark enthusiast and the name Vic Hislop sounds familiar, then there's a reason for that. Vic, who hails from Stanthorpe, Queensland, in Australia, was a shark hunter. The world understands that sharks are an essential part of the ocean's ecology, but Vic had other ideas. He said that sharks were God's mistake and that it was his mission to kill them and correct that mistake. Vic has also claimed that the Australian government has covered up fatal shark attacks by recording them as drownings. He believes that it did so to protect the country's tourism. Vic said, At least 100 swimmers disappear every year, and their bodies are never found. Many have been eaten. I've often caught sharks and removed human hands and feet from their stomachs. I even found a human foot still in its sandal. While he supports the protection of whale sharks, sand tiger sharks, and other harmless species, he's definitely not that forgiving with the likes of great whites. Number 10. 1,000-pound tiger shark. Tiger sharks typically range in size between 10 feet, 8 inches to 13 feet, 11 inches. They also usually weigh between 849 pounds to 1,400 pounds. So imagine any shark lover's delight to come across one at the pointy end of those measurements. You would be both excited and terrified at the same time. A YouTuber by the name of Black2Page was bottom fishing in the Bahamas around the Old Bahama Bay Resort when he used his Shimano Tiagra 130 to hook a tiger shark. He estimated that it was about 14 feet long and nearly 1,000 pounds. Tiger sharks are known for their opportunistic feeding habits, earning them the nickname garbage cans of the sea, because they will eat almost anything, including fish, turtles, birds, and even inedible objects like license plates. The shark's sudden appearance near the boat was both thrilling and nerve-wracking, as tiger sharks are known for their boldness and curiosity around humans. Black2Page described the moment as surreal, watching the massive predator effortlessly take the reef shark off his line. The sheer power of the tiger shark was evident as it swam away with its prize, leaving the fishermen in awe of its strength. Encounters like this highlight the unpredictable nature of fishing in shark-rich waters, where even experienced anglers can be caught off guard. Tiger sharks are apex predators, and their presence in the Bahamas is a testament to the region's healthy marine ecosystem. The Bahamas is one of the few places in the world where tiger sharks are protected, making it a hotspot for shark tourism and research. Black2Page later shared the footage of the encounter on his channel, sparking discussions about the importance of shark conservation and the need to respect these incredible creatures. The fisherman had started his day of fishing in front of the resort, where he caught a yellowfin snapper. He then decided to travel north to go wahoo fishing, but the oceans were too rough, so he decided to check out the shallow water and see what he could come up with. He first hooked a reef shark, but out of nowhere came a tiger shark. It swam to the boat and took the reef shark directly off his fishing line. Now it's time for today's topic. In an extraordinary discovery, a team of divers off the coast of South Africa has captured footage of what is believed to be the largest hammerhead shark ever recorded in the 21st century. The massive creature, estimated to be approximately 25 feet in length, dwarfed the divers as it glided gracefully through the crystal-clear waters. The footage, which has since gone viral, shows the shark's iconic hammer-shaped head and sleek, muscular body moving with an awe-inspiring presence. The divers, part of a marine research expedition, were initially stunned by the sheer size of the shark. Using underwater measuring tools, they estimated its length to be around 25 feet, though further analysis is required to confirm its exact size. If verified, this hammerhead would shatter previous records and become the largest of its kind ever documented. Marine biologists are calling this a groundbreaking discovery, as hammerhead sharks of this size are extremely rare. The shark's size and health suggest it has thrived in the protected waters of South Africa, a region known for its rich marine biodiversity. This encounter not only highlights the mysteries of the ocean, but also underscores the importance of conservation efforts to protect these magnificent creatures. Number 9. Great white sharks off Nova Scotia coast. Two huge great white sharks were discovered by American researchers off the coast of Nova Scotia in late 2019. The first was a 13-foot great white, which appeared to have been savagely attacked by something even larger. The shark, which they named Vimy, had clearly been in a scuffle of some sort. US-based OCARCH founding chairman Chris Fisher said the shark was covered in scars, with a fresh wound along its head. He said that while the shark was the biggest they had caught, it was clear it was not the biggest out there. The fresh wound on Vimy's head suggested a violent encounter, possibly during a territorial dispute or a mating competition. Great whites are known to be highly territorial, and males often engage in aggressive battles to assert dominance or secure a mate. The bite marks on Vimy were analyzed, and researchers estimated that the attacking shark could have been at least 15 feet long, if not larger. This discovery raised questions about the presence of even bigger great whites in the waters off Nova Scotia, an area that has become a hotspot for shark research. The region's rich seal population is believed to attract these apex predators, providing them with an abundant food source. Encounters like this highlight the complex social dynamics of great whites, which are still not fully understood by scientists. Vimy's injuries also served as a reminder of the harsh realities of life in the ocean, where even the largest predators are not immune to danger. The researchers were particularly interested in tracking Vimy's recovery, as it could provide valuable insights into the resilience of these incredible creatures. They believe what bit Vimy would have been at least 13 feet. Chris believes another male shark fighting for a mate may be to blame, Otherwise, it could be a larger female who didn't want to mate alongside Vimy. Researchers also caught a 15.4-foot shark, which they called Anamaki. This shark was also up there in size. She was the second largest they had ever caught, only beaten by Mary Lee, a shark they had found in Cape Cod. Anamaki appeared to be in far better shape than Vimy, that's for sure. Number 8. Great white shark caught in Mexico. There's only one word to describe a great white shark, and to us, it's terrifying. They are a large mackerel shark found in coastal waters in most oceans. They quite often grow up to 20 feet long and can even weigh up to 5,000 pounds. That's about a third as heavy as a T-Rex. These sharks can live for around 70 years, which makes them the longest living cartilaginous fish. However, they take 26 years to reach maturity, and females are 33 before they're ready to produce young. Great whites are apex predators, sitting at the very top of the food chain, and their diet includes seals, sea lions, and even smaller sharks. Their powerful sense of smell allows them to detect a single drop of blood in 25 gallons of water, making them highly efficient hunters. They are also capable of breaching the water's surface when attacking prey, a behavior that is both awe-inspiring and terrifying to witness. Despite their fearsome reputation, great whites are not mindless killers. Most attacks on humans are believed to be cases of mistaken identity. Conservationists have been working to protect these sharks, as their populations are declining due to overfishing and habitat destruction. In some regions, great whites are protected by law, and researchers are using satellite tags to track their movements and better understand their behavior. The Sea of Cortez, where the fishermen had their encounter, is known for its rich marine biodiversity, making it a hotspot for large predators like great whites. Encounters like this highlight the delicate balance between humans and marine life, as well as the need for sustainable fishing practices. But young or old, they are scary to see in person, especially if you come across them accidentally. 2 fishermen in Mexico learned this firsthand when they accidentally caught a 2,000-pound, 20-foot great white in their fishing net. They were fishing in the Sea of Cortez off Sonora State when they made their discovery. Fortunately for them, the shark was dead. Otherwise, it would likely have overpowered them and their boat, and who knows what would have happened next. They aren't likely to forget this fishing experience in a hurry, that's for sure. Number 7. The Monster of Cojamar. In 1945, fishermen around Cojamar were convinced that something massive was lurking in the waters around the north coast of Cuba. In fact, they were sure it was a giant sea monster. They had been noticing that their entire floating fishing rigs were going missing, which was not only expensive but frustrating. That wasn't all, either. Sometimes they were only pulling in hooked heads with the entire bodies of their catches missing, and those same fish, if they had been intact, would weigh over 500 pounds. So what was taking their fish? Jose Hernandez and Juan Yuca, 2 fishermen, noticed a huge shadow in the water around them and a massive wake that was following their line. It was like a suspenseful scene in a horror movie. The fishermen described the shadow as being larger than their boat, and the wake it created was strong enough to rock their vessel. Rumors began to spread among the local fishing community, with some claiming it was a mythical sea creature or even a giant squid. The mystery deepened as more fishermen reported similar encounters, fueling both fear and curiosity. Determined to solve the mystery, Jose and Juan prepared their strongest lines and largest hooks, baiting them with whole fish to lure the creature. The battle to reel in the shark was nothing short of epic, lasting several hours as the massive predator fought with incredible strength. The shark's sheer size and power made it a dangerous adversary, and the fishermen had to work together to avoid being pulled overboard. When the shark finally surfaced, its enormous dorsal fin and gaping jaws confirmed their suspicions. It was a great white shark, and a truly massive one at that. The catch became the talk of the town, with locals gathering to see the enormous predator that had been terrorizing their waters. As it turns out, the sea monster that had been stealing all the fish was a great white shark, the swaggering bully of the deep. This one in particular was bigger than most. When they eventually managed to catch the shark, it weighed 7,100 pounds and measured over 21 feet long. Given that fishing boats of the 1940s were only around 18 feet long, or a few select cruisers up to 38 feet, the shark would prove to be a huge menace and danger if left. So, as they had to, they took care of the problem. Number 6. Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 13-foot hammerhead shark. When you go fishing on a pier, you might expect to catch a small fish or 2 to feed your family for dinner. What you don't expect is for a 13-foot hammerhead shark to launch itself onto your fishing pole. A family was having a lovely day at the beach in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, when they watched 2 people with a fishing pole struggle with what seemed like a giant fish off the pier. But it was no large fish, it was an enormous shark. What's unique about this situation is that the shark was hooked from a pier hundreds of feet from the beach. Rarely do large hammerheads explore shallow areas of a beach. Hammerhead sharks are known for their distinctive, flattened heads, which give them a wide field of vision and help them detect prey more effectively. These sharks are typically found in deeper waters, so their presence near the pier was likely due to the abundance of fish in the area. Witnesses described the struggle as intense, with the shark thrashing and pulling with incredible force, nearly snapping the fishing pole. Hammerheads are among the strongest swimmers in the shark family, capable of reaching speeds of up to 25 miles per hour. The anglers were careful not to exhaust the shark during the fight, as prolonged stress can be fatal for these creatures. Once the shark was brought close to the pier, the team worked quickly to ensure its safety, demonstrating the importance of ethical fishing practices. Hammerhead sharks are a protected species in Florida, and anglers are required by law to release them immediately if caught. The incident served as a reminder of the delicate balance between human activity and marine conservation. An angler and Ryan Bolash, who is the creator of the YouTube channel Infinity Fishing Team, acted quickly to cut the wire dangling from the hook in the shark's mouth. By doing so, they gave the shark a chance of survival. This was essential, given that hammerhead shark numbers are in decline. Ryan said the best thing to do is to bring them out of the water and back into it in under 2 minutes. That, he said, takes a lot of experience. Number 5. Teenage shark named in top 5 legendary sharks. In 1983, Albertan fisherman David McKendrick was fishing off Prince Edward Island when he made a shocking discovery. He had just caught a 17-foot great white shark in his net. By the time he pulled it to the surface, he had realized the ginormous creature was dead. Roll the clock forward 3 decades, and you may be wondering why this shark is still being talked about. Well, according to Warren Joyce from the Canadian Shark Research Laboratory in Bedford, it's one of 2 of the largest measured sharks in the world. The female shark was a mere teenager of 19 years old when it was caught, which meant its size was phenomenal. Experts believe that if the shark had lived to maturity, it could have grown to over 20 feet in length, rivaling some of the largest great whites ever recorded. The discovery of such a massive shark in Canadian waters has sparked interest in the migratory patterns of great whites, as they are not commonly associated with the colder waters of the North Atlantic. Researchers speculate that the shark may have been following prey, such as seals, which are abundant in the area during certain times of the year. The rarity of great white sightings in the region has made this particular shark a subject of fascination for marine biologists and shark enthusiasts alike. Its preserved jaw and teeth have been studied extensively, providing valuable insights into the diet and hunting behavior of great whites. The catch also raised awareness about the presence of these apex predators in Canadian waters, leading to increased efforts to monitor and protect them. Despite their fearsome reputation, great whites are a vulnerable species, and encounters like this highlight the importance of understanding their role in marine ecosystems. The story of McKendrick's shark has even been featured in documentaries, cementing its place in the lore of legendary sharks. As a result, it has been named one of the Discovery Channel's top 5 legendary sharks. Not only was the size of this shark surprising, but the location in which it was found was too. There usually are only reports in the area of great white sharks every 2 to 3 years. In 130 years, there have been only a few dozen recorded instances of great whites in the area. Number 4. Malta shark. Shark experts always find themselves in arguments. The ocean has so many mysteries that it can be hard to prove or disprove anyone's theories. But when it comes to a task that's as easy as measuring something, it shouldn't be that hard, should it? Apparently it is, because a shark caught in Malta is still being argued about decades later. In 1987, Alfredo Cutajar captured a great white shark off the coast of Filfla in Malta. He measured it at 23.7 feet long, and with a weight of 6,349 pounds. The shark was hailed as one of the largest great whites ever recorded, drawing international attention and sparking debates among marine biologists. Some experts argue that the discrepancies in the measurements could be due to errors in the tools or techniques used at the time. Others suggest that the shark may have shrunk slightly after death, as is common with large marine animals. The lack of photographic evidence showing the full body of the shark has only added to the controversy, leaving room for speculation and doubt. Supporters of Cutajar's claims point to the shark's massive jaw as evidence of its extraordinary size, while skeptics argue that jaws alone are not a reliable indicator of length. The debate has also raised questions about the accuracy of historical records of large sharks, as many were based on anecdotal evidence rather than scientific measurements. Despite the ongoing arguments, the Malta shark remains a fascinating case study for researchers and enthusiasts alike, highlighting the challenges of studying elusive and often misunderstood creatures like great whites. The story has even inspired documentaries and articles, keeping the mystery alive decades after the shark was caught. When he and John Abella were interviewed about their shark in the mid-1990s for a documentary called Jaws in the Mediterranean, their story changed. All of a sudden, the shark was 23 feet long. John confirmed that, too. They said they had laid the shark on the floor and measured it twice and that it was 23 feet in length. But according to Isabel Mate and Joan Barrell, two Spanish shark researchers. The jaw of the shark showed that it would have been between 21.92 feet and 22.34 feet. All these years later, those numbers continue to be disputed. Shark experts have pored over the records and are yet to agree. What's more, a book by Richard Ellis and John E. McCosker called The Great White Shark discounts the fisherman's claims. Number 3. The Merino Bay Shark. Australia seems to have a run of bad luck or good luck, depending on how you look at it, when it comes to giant sharks. In 2016, a huge shark was spotted 300 feet from the shore of Merino Bay in South Australia. According to the Australian crew who photographed it, it might even be one of the largest that has ever been seen before. Photos of the shark were uploaded to the Shark Alert South Australia Facebook page. The organization said that the Shark Patrol helicopter crew used their jet boat to make a comparison to the shark. They believe it was at least 23 feet long. Such a size would make it one of the largest great white sharks ever recorded, rivaling the infamous Deep Blue, a 20-foot shark spotted off the coast of Mexico. Witnesses described the shark as moving slowly and gracefully, a true giant of the ocean that commanded both awe and fear. The sighting sparked debates among marine biologists and shark enthusiasts, with some speculating that the shark could be an older female, as females tend to grow larger than males. Great white sharks are known to grow throughout their lives, and individuals of this size are estimated to be over 50 years old. The presence of such a massive predator so close to shore raised questions about the abundance of prey in the area, as large sharks often follow seals and other marine life. Local fishermen reported an increase in seal activity near Merino Bay, which may have attracted the shark to the region. The sighting also reignited discussions about shark conservation, as these apex predators are crucial for maintaining the balance of marine ecosystems. Despite their fearsome reputation, great whites are protected in Australian waters, and sightings like this highlight the need to coexist with these incredible creatures. Of course, without a measuring tape, though, people are skeptical. James Cook University Marine Sciences professor Colin Simpfendorfer said measuring from photos is difficult. You can, of course, get a sense of its size, but there was nothing in the picture of the water to use as a reference. However, Shark Alert South Australia left a comment that said the guys were professionals, so they have full confidence that the shark is of the length they said it was. They believe it was the biggest they had ever seen. Number 2. Slash the Shark. In 2013, a special shark called Slash was the poster boy for Discovery Channel's Shark Week, which well and truly put New Zealand on the map. Slash is a 16.4-foot great white shark with a bad attitude and a giant gash around his mouth. According to the Shark Week documentary creators, he is a local legend. The huge shark didn't get his name by accident, either. The Department of Conservation and NIWA, the National Institute of Water and Atmospheric Research, had attempted to tag the shark to track its movements. Needless to say, the task was botched, and Slash now bears the scars. Slash's notoriety has made him a symbol of the raw power and resilience of great white sharks, drawing attention to the importance of shark conservation. Researchers have noted that sharks like Slash play a vital role in maintaining the health of marine ecosystems by keeping prey populations in check. Stewart Island, where Slash was spotted, is a hotspot for cage diving, allowing tourists to get up close and personal with these apex predators. However, the practice has sparked controversy, with some locals arguing that it conditions sharks to associate humans with food, increasing the risk of attacks. Despite this, shark tourism has brought significant economic benefits to the region, funding research and conservation efforts. Great whites in New Zealand waters are protected under the Wildlife Act, making it illegal to hunt or harm them. Scientists are using advanced tracking technology to study their migratory patterns, which has revealed that these sharks travel thousands of miles across the Pacific. This research is crucial for understanding their behavior and ensuring their survival in the face of threats like overfishing and climate change. Eventually, these will heal. Believe it or not, Stewart Island in New Zealand has some of the largest and most aggressive great whites on the planet, along with Fiordland and the Chathams. Hundreds of them migrate to the area during the summer, then head towards the tropics for winter. Surprisingly, given the large population of sharks in the area, the country sees very few attacks. There have been 2 fatalities in the past 2 decades and 115 recorded attacks since the 1800s. Number 1. Ledge Point Shark. One of the largest sharks ever recorded in the world was near Ledge Point in Western Australia in 1987. The shark was 19.7 feet, and the confirmation of its title as one of the largest comes from shark expert J.E. Randall and an American ichthyologist and coral reef fishes leading authority. Ledge Point is a coastal township north of Perth. It services the local crayfishing and fishing industries and is a well-known windsurfing venue, too. But you may not be in too much of a hurry to dip your feet in the water if you knew there was a nearly 20-foot shark lurking beneath the surface. The great white shark is one of the ocean's most formidable predators, capable of traveling vast distances and hunting with precision. These sharks are known to frequent the waters off Western Australia, drawn by the abundance of seals and other prey in the area. Their presence has led to increased shark monitoring and safety measures, including the use of drones and shark nets to protect swimmers and surfers. Despite these efforts, encounters with great whites remain a reality, as the region is considered a hotspot for shark activity. The sheer size of these creatures is enough to inspire both awe and fear, with their powerful jaws capable of exerting a bite force of over 4,000 pounds per square inch. Scientists believe that great whites play a crucial role in maintaining the balance of marine ecosystems by controlling populations of other species. However, their reputation as man-eaters is often exaggerated, as most attacks are cases of mistaken identity. Still, the sighting of a nearly 20-foot shark at Ledge Point serves as a reminder of the ocean's untamed nature. While the discovery of the enormous shark was decades ago, that doesn't make the threat of other sharks any less relevant. In fact, the Ledge Point shark find location is just 12.5 miles south of where a great white shark attack happened in 2012. Surfer Ben Linden was paddling his surfboard when the 16.4-foot shark attacked in the ocean off Wedge Island. According to the fisheries minister, Norman Moore, it could have been in the area for days leading up to the attack. If you're feeling wide-eyed and on edge after this, we don't blame you. Some of these sharks were not only massive but also terrifying to look at. Have you ever seen a shark in real life? So how big was it? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to check out our other cool videos showing up on the screen right now. See you next time.